Probability. Our objective here is to calculate the probability of an event. So let's define probability. If n of s is the number of elements in the sample space and n of e is the number of elements in the event, then probability of that event is given as number of elements in the set E over number of elements in the sample space, where the sample space is all the elements under consideration. So we know that probability falls within this range is less than or equal to 0 and also is less than or equal to 1. It cannot be more than this range. So let's take some examples just to kickstart. A coin is tossed 3 times. What is the probability that 2 or more heads will occur? At least 1 tail will occur. So what will be the sample space here? The sample space is this. So we have head, 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 tail, because the coin is tossed 3 times, up to tail, tail appearing on all the 3 coins. So we have to find the probability. So the number of sample space here, the number of elements in the sample space will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8. Then the event here, 2 or more heads will occur. That is the event, and that is we have 2 or more heads, either 3 heads, 2 heads, 2 heads, 2 heads, and 1 tail. So the number of elements in this event, so if you call this E1 first event, then the number of elements in event 1, the first event, is 1, 2, 3, 4, is 4. So probability of 2 or more heads, which we are calling E1, is equal to number of E1 event 1, that is over number of sample space, and that will give us 4 over 8, which is equal to 1 over 2. Then let's look at the second event, event 2. At least 1 tail will occur. So at least 1 tail is all these elements here. At least 1 tail. It means 1 tail or 2 tails or 3 tails. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is event 2, another event. So probability of E2 will be equal to number of E2 over number of sample space, which is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 over 8. Let's take another example here. A Ludo die is thrown once. What is the probability of scoring a prime number? So let's look for the sample space. The Ludo die has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible outcomes. So the number of sample space here, number of elements in the sample space here is 6. Then the event 1, E1 here, is a prime number. So E1 will have elements, the prime numbers are 2 and 5. So probability of obtaining a prime number will be equal to number of elements in E1 over number of elements in a sample space, and that will be equal to 2 over 6, which is equal to 1 over 3. Sorry, the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. So we have 3 over 6, which is 1 over 2. So probability of getting an even number. So an even number. So let's call the second event. So the even numbers are 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. So that one is going to give us probability of E2 to be equal to number of E2, which is 3, over number of sample space 6, which is also giving us 1 over 2. Now let's look at this one here. In a class of 24 students, 8 of them are girls and the rest are boys. Find the probability of picking at random a boy from the class. So over here, the number of elements in the sample space is 24, and number of elements in the event, that is G, girls, is 8. We have to find the probability of picking at random a boy from the class. So that event is B, which is equal to 24 minus 8. And 24 minus 8 will be 16. So probability of picking a boy will be number of boys over number of sample space, which is 16 over 24. Then we know that 16 over 24 4 will go into 16 how many times? 4 times. And 4 will go into 24 how many times? 6 times. And 2 can still go, so we are going to get 2 here 2 times, 2 here 3 times. So the probability will be 2 over 3. Thank you for connecting with us to solve these questions.